Hey friends, earlier this week I commented on the controversy surrounding the Chosen TV series. I talked about the presence of a gay pride flag on the camera of one of the workers there on the set, and how two of the actors playing apostles had stood with that cameraman and kind of blasted those that were criticizing them as homophobic and hateful. I commented on Dallas Jenkins, the producer, weighing in and said where I really agreed with much of what he was saying and respected it, but had some concerns. Well, subsequent to airing that broadcast, I've seen now apologies from the two actors involved. So here's what I want to do in this video. I'm going to take you back into interacting with the Dallas Jenkins video and showing you some of the comments of those actors. And then after that, I want you to hear their apologies, and we'll go from there. The Chosen TV series, movie series, crowdfunded, so launched largely with Christian money, conservative Christian money, Bible-believing Christian money. Series is about Jesus, the Chosen. And many friends and colleagues really loved, enjoyed different episodes, have watched it regularly. I only watched a couple episodes. I struggle, because of my background in biblical scholarship, to be candid. I struggle with movies and presentations of Jesus or biblical subjects just because, like, no, that's not accurate. No, that's not the way. No. So I struggle a bit more than maybe someone else does. But I appreciate, and the couple episodes that I watched, no, I didn't agree with that. No, put words on the mouth of Jesus, I definitely differed with. And we've talked about that. But otherwise, I appreciate the effort that's going into this. I know that many non-believers are thinking about Jesus more, the New Testament more because of the series. I know many Christians are edified by it, so I am not anti-Chosen. If I watched every episode, maybe I'd have more to say that was negative or critical. But like I said, it's not really fair because of my background in biblical scholarship. And you know the saying, if you read the book, the movie's never as good as the book. Well, obviously that's always going to be the case with the Bible. Nonetheless, I believe that the Chosen has done a lot of good for a lot of people and has been very positive in many, many ways. So the controversy was, now it's Pride Month, quote, Pride Month, everywhere you turn, gay pride, lesbian pride, queer pride, trans pride, etc. So here's someone has a shot of a camera crew, and the cameraman has like not a banner, but a little flag on his camera. You know, it's a gay pride flag. So what? The Chosen is celebrating gay pride. What's going on here? So Dallas Jenkins made a public statement, and this is what I asked for. Dallas Jenkins, publisher of the producer of Chosen. Here's what I said. Here's a simple question for the Chosen. So on Twitter, the Chosen TV, that can remove all controversy and concern. We understand that not every crew member you hire will hold to biblical values, but can you state here unequivocally that you, the producers of The Chosen, reject the celebration of Pride Month? And then I followed up with, for those who don't know why I asked this, it's because The Chosen is now under fire because an LGBTQ pride flag was spotted on site during a recent film shoot. We just need The Chosen to say emphatically that they do not celebrate LGBTQ pride while still loving the people. All right, so Dallas Jenkins put out a statement. He made 4 more points. I want to go over those points with you. So we'll let him speak for himself. It's maybe 17, 18-minute video, so these are short excerpts, but 4 main points. Here's number 1.
The production itself, the equipment, the crew, the team, the set. I mean, we film all over the place on different sets, and we work with different vendors, and we don't have any kind of corporate policy about statements of faith or anything like that. We don't have corporate prayer on our set, but we have all kinds of employees. There's no statement of faith they're required to sign, like I just said. There's no offset clauses, like, you know, off the set, this is how you have to behave, or anything like that. So strangers to the show, or people online who keep saying The Chosen Inc. is a ministry or a church or should be like one, that doesn't necessarily make it true. Our company standards and practices and my own personal calling and ministry and my personal life and how I run my business, it might not be the same as yours. Can that be okay? I mean, even if you disagree, can that be okay? Can how we do it maybe be different from how you do it?
All right, so big company, hire lots of people. I get it. I understand. Look, when I'm on TV shows, you'll have a makeup person there, right? And, some major show or something you're going to be on, or Christian TV or secular. So you have a makeup person there. And I've done shoots for Christian TV, and the person that comes in, they just hire a local person. They're not big enough to have a full-time makeup person because they don't have shows every day with multiple guests and things. So when they do a shoot, they hire a local makeup person, and many times they're not believers, right? I've talked to them. That's how I find out. I'm interacting with them. Okay, I understand that. Let's say that you own you're a Christian owner of a real estate company. You have lots of agents. Not all of them are going to be Christian. And are you going to tell them that on social media they can't post certain things if they work for you? Now, others would say, hey, we start the day in prayer. We only hire Christians. That's fine. But I get it. I understand. And Dallas Jenkins, and I think this is commendable, says, look, he is not primarily responding to social media. He's not going to, well, you like this, you don't like this. No, you have to do what you believe God wants you to do. All right, first point, not everybody working there is Christian. Okay, I get that. I accept it. Understand it. Second point.
Second important point that kind of guides some of our principles on this. Solomon built the Holy Temple. I mean, this is the Holy Temple of God. And the labor and the materials, many of them came from what's described in the Bible as pagans, pagan nations, pagan workers. He got help. And when he asked the king, I believe, the king of Tyre, I don't remember how to pronounce it, he referenced David, that David had done the same thing. And this is the Holy Temple. And it was built by what the Bible describes as pagans. People, but let's maybe not use the word pagans, let's just use the word people who strongly would disagree with Solomon or David in their spiritual practice. And you think also of like Bible. I've used this term before, when a Bible is printed. Do you think that the people who print the Bible, the people who deliver the Bible, are all of the same faith? Very likely not. And so our philosophy has been that, look, if Solomon can work with people on a holy temple, with people who disagree with him, then so can we.
Yeah, so same thing, big company, hundreds of people, you work with different contractors, right? And this one gets the thing out on social media and on and on and on. You're big enough, not necessarily everyone that works for your company is going to be a believer or share your values. And take it a step further, it's not a church or a ministry, right? So, okay, I get that, respect that, no problem with it. Okay, point number 3 from Dallas Jenkins.
This is another important point, and one of the main reasons why I have this philosophy, why I came into the show having this philosophy, because oftentimes the roles have been reversed. I've seen, it's happened both ways, but I've seen it also where Christians aren't allowed to express themselves at work or on sports teams, or when bosses force their employees to wear a certain thing, put on a patch, line up for some sort of cause, and or resist one of their employees doing it. And I would imagine that if you were an employee at a place that had different beliefs than you do.
All right, so once again, and we just jumped in there to try to condense it. So once again, he's saying this. He's saying, I'm going to give liberty to people. You want how far it would go, but I'm going to give liberty to people. You could wear a MAGA hat. You could wear a Biden hat and be involved in production. You can have, and he said this guy's had on this camera forever, gay pride thing. Okay, if you're hardworking and working to get the product out, fine. I get that, and I respect that too. I respect that also. So I'm good with that. I'm tracking. I'll tell you where I have a major concern. All right, and now his last point.
Number 4 in the list of important points. Look, here's the thing when it comes to our cast and crew and my own beliefs and philosophies. I'm not an atheist, and neither is the production company an atheist. But I'm happy to work with those who are, if they are working hard for the show. And I don't police their social media. I don't. My company won't make any kind of formal statement about atheism, speaking out against atheism. Any disagreements I have with them would be discussed privately, and in the context of relationship and love. The content of my show speaks for itself, and the content of my show may end up, of course, disagreeing with atheism. But in terms of our personal relationships on set, it's just not something that we discuss publicly.
All right. Now, he also says he's evangelical and conservative, and he doesn't celebrate gay pride himself. Okay, so all clear on that. He also says that he doesn't police on social media what his employees or actors, different ones, post or say. Okay, so I get that too. I get that too, and I can respect that, but here's the big concern. When you are crowd-funded by Christian, you know the vast majority of the people giving are conservative Bible believers. You know the vast percentage of your audience, of those watching, are conservative Bible believers, whether they're Protestant, Catholic, etc. You know that, all right? Then I believe there is a spiritual responsibility to urge major people involved with the show. I'm not talking about a cameraman. I'm talking about major actors, major players, not to unnecessarily offend and drive people away and be tone deaf and downright nasty. You say, what are you talking about? All right, here's what I'm talking about. Here's what I'm talking about. This is a quote from Giovanni Cairo, and I believe he plays Thaddeus. So this is one of the 12 disciples. And he says, another one of the actors on The Chosen here, and this is what he tweeted out, anyone who is going to go at one of our family members for something like this is no fan of ours. They can close the door on the way out. Love one another as I have loved you. We stand with our brother, the pride flag, and a heart. So he's quoting Jesus, love one another as I have loved you, as he's saying, close the door behind you on the way out. Get out of here. You're no fan of ours. So if you as a Christian were surprised, offended, grieved to see on the set of The Chosen, which you have been enjoying and you believe is dealing with sacred material, you were grieved over the pride flag on a camera, okay? Especially before you heard Dallas Jenkins explain anything. You thought they were now somehow celebrating gay pride on a set, okay, which is not the case. But you're, meaning the group as a whole as opposed to one individual expressing their views. So if you as a Christian were grieved, now something's wrong with you. Get out of here, because we love one another. Get out of here. And then listen to what Jordan Ross said, who plays Jacob, little James. My brother G. Cairo isn't the only one who stands by the LGBTQ members of our chosen family with various symbols. Get out of here with your hate, homophobia, and ignorance. Not very Jesus-like of you, Johnny, referring to one person who tweeted. That cannot happen if you want to minister to a Christian audience. That is where I lose respect. Just to stay on this with The Chosen one more moment. I respect Dallas Jenkins saying he's not moved by opinions on social media. How can you please God and be moved by what people say? I get it. I understand that it's not a ministry. This is a production company with a message that they're seeking to get out, a gospel-based message, even though there are obviously differences in how they're going to present things versus what's in the biblical text here and there. But otherwise trying to get out a message about Jesus to others. But the company itself is not Christian, so they have all kinds of workers. And I respect that he, just like a Christian, should be able to wear a cross or a scripture verse on their shirt. If they're working at a secular place that doesn't agree with their views, they should have the liberty to do it. The same way, okay, gay pride flag, someone, or a shirt, they want to wear that, and they're working on a set that's largely about a Christian message. Okay, I get that too. And I understand you're not going to tell people what they can and can't do in terms of social media, but when you have people that are supposed to be disciples of Jesus, who are playing a major role on the show, now going about tweeting out, Get out of here with your hate, with your homophobia. We love one another. So you get out of here. You are now spitting on the sensibilities and the convictions and the sacred values of the very people that got you on the air, the very people that are watching you. You can't do that. If you want to be respected in the role, at least don't say things that are Bible mocking, Jesus mocking the values of believers who are simply holding to what the church has held to since the beginning. And that's where I fault Dallas Jenkins for not being clearer there. As much as I respect everything else that he said, that's where I take issue and say, you needed to repudiate those comments. And if he's done it and I haven't seen it, well, good for him, but I'm not aware that he has. You need to repudiate those. And then you need to sit these people down and say, look, you're free to do what you want to do. But just remember, you are spitting on the sensibilities of the very people that we're trying to minister to. Is that what you want to do as part of this production? Back to The Chosen. When I wrote about this, when I talked about it on the air, the controversy over one of the employees, one of the cameramen having a gay flag, pride flag on his camera, which apparently was always there, not just for Pride Month, then how Dallas Jenkins, the producer, responded, much I agreed with. I had concerns, I felt, because two of the actors who played apostles, Little James and Thaddeus, that they really blasted people and called them homophobes and haters and get out of here. I was really concerned. And I felt a deeper apology was needed. Jenkins saying, hey, they do not speak for us. And I apologize for their offensive comments. And apologies from the actors. Well, it turns out that those actors did that very thing. So first I want to play for you the comments of Giovanni Cario, who plays Thaddeus the Apostle. It's 3 short Twitter videos he put out. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Hey, you guys. I wanted to jump on here and connect with you all and clarify a few things because I know this week has been very hard for a lot of people, and I just wanted to be even more specific and clear with y'all. So when everything happened this week with the pride flag on set, I saw an article that attacked my friend, my brother, and family member on this show. And, you know, I saw a lot of things, not everybody, but I saw certain comments and certain things in the article saying that, you know, he should be fired and he did this thing on purpose and, you know, he should be punished for this. And one thing about me is I truly love my family, my friends, and that's what I got really hurt by that. And I wanted to stand up for him. And for the people that were personally attacking, which was not everybody, you know, I stand by that I don't think he should be personally attacked by that. And I stand by that. I don't think that's right. But I have something to apologize for, that I wasn't specific enough in my tweet that I put out. I was very emotionally hurt in that moment, but there were so many fans that have differences of opinions and different views on this subject, and I completely understand that. And that was not intended for you. And I want you to know that I'm truly sorry, because I did not mean to hurt you. I did not mean to judge you, which that did come across as judgment, and that is not my intention at all. Anybody who knows me knows that I truly love people, not only my family and friends, but I understand people have different views and different beliefs, and I think that's what makes this world so strong, honestly.
All right, so that's first part of the video. Again, it's broken up into 3 parts because of Twitter time constraints. Here's part 2 as he continues.
Honestly, and this show's so strong. So for that, I really do apologize. You know, for those who were personally attacking with him, I don't stand by the personal attacks. But for the people who have difference of beliefs, that was not intended for you. And I hope you believe me when I truly say that I am sorry to you. I did not mean to hurt you, and I did not mean to come across as that way or judge you, because that's the last thing I want to do. You know, when I see a buddy of mine on set that works so hard to create this project and bring it to you guys, he works so hard and he's so generous and caring and loving to everybody on set, and I see him personally attacked in an article, and then certain people, not everybody by any means, but certain people attack him, that really hurts me, and I take that seriously because I really do care for people. And I just think that is what makes our show so special, because I think we have the best fans and the best supporters out there. I truly do. And I've said that before. I think we're so lucky to have that, and I think it's so unique and strong to be able to connect so many different walks of life together, and I think that's what makes this world stronger. And I love our fans. I truly do. I've loved connecting with y'all over the years, and I've appreciated your support. We're so lucky to have y'all. And I just wanted to say that was not my intent to hurt you guys. And I wanted to connect to you, virtually as opposed to just a tweet. So I do hope this clears up some of the things that was going on this week. I'm a Christian myself, and I'm not perfect by any means. That is, what I truly believe.
All right. And then part 3 of his comments, and then we'll post what Jordan Ross said, and I'll weigh in briefly. But here is the last of the 3 videos.
That is my faith. It has deepened so much since being part of The Chosen, and I have a lot to learn, and I'm all about spreading love. But I also think our differences are sometimes what makes us stronger. So I wanted to send my love out to you guys. Again, I do truly apologize for not being clear enough. And I will do better in the future to do that. I appreciate you guys. God bless you all, and have a great night.
All right, and then Jordan Ross, I'm not going to read everything he posted. It's a lengthy tweet, but he reaches out the same way, wants to clear things up, address the controversy. He doesn't speak for Dallas Jenkins or castmates, just speaking for himself. He too shows solidarity with the crew member, hardworking crew member, etc., but apologizes for what he did. He said, "Hey, look, we could have a theological discussion one day on the Bible, LGBTQ issues, etc. I have my convictions, you have yours, but," he said, "I'm interested in loving others." And so he's apologizing. He said, "Thank you all again for your support, love, passion. I can't wait for you to all see what's coming up," etc. So he reaches out as well. I appreciate them doing it. Let's have the human element and recognize that's a crew member that they work with, that they love, that they find to be a fine human being, a caring person. And yes, this person has a very different view of LGBTQ pride than we do, all right, as conservative Bible believers. But as a human being, and they felt he was attacked, okay, but their reaction, the way they responded, not being very clear to their larger audience, not even affirming certain things as they could have, big mistake, and they apologize. Even if the apology could have been better here and there, you appreciate it. That's what I was asking for. That's what I felt needed to be done. So God bless them for humbling themselves. May they personally encounter God more deeply. I pray that for all of us. May the cameraman really come to know the Lord in a way he never has before. May Dallas Jenkins encounter the Lord more deeply. And I continue to hear from people who say, "Hey, my life was changed watching The Chosen. I just saw a new one. God convicted me to stop living as a man. This is a woman living as a man, or vice versa." Others coming to faith through it. So may God use the show. May the show even be more biblical than it's ever been. And may we move on from this present controversy. Hey, friends, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, click on one of the boxes on the screen. Check out another one of our videos and be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a single video. You know, we discovered that about 60% of you that are watching our videos aren't subscribers. So subscribe today. Doesn't cost you a dime. And if you want to support our work, Line of Fire, and all the things that we do, follow one of the links on the screen below.